Oh, look, Tesla, we just think it's a must own here.
We think they'll go up 80% on average per year over the next 5 years.
Just go buy Tesla.
Jim Cramer says to buy Tesla. Adam Jonas says Tesla is a must-own stock. Stick around and we're going to talk about why Tesla must be in every portfolio. One by one, mainstream analysts have been getting on board with Tesla's story. And as they do, they raise their price targets up over $1,000 a share. At this point, Piper Sandler is the highest at $1,200 a share. But this is just the beginning. This list is going to be getting longer, and as it does, the price of Tesla stock is going higher. Elon Musk is up to it again. On April 10th, he tweeted, ... going to the moon very soon. Elon Musk might be talking about literally landing a SpaceX rocket on the moon. However, I think he's talking about Tesla. When the current beta version of full self-driving is released to the public, the stock might be going from the Earth to the moon. But before we get to that, for this channel to be monetized, I need 285 more subscribers. So please subscribe, hit that bell, and double tap that like button.
You can spend your money and keep it too.
Hot off the press, Elon Musk has just announced a special event in late July, AI Day. Not Autonomy Day Part 2. No, this is Artificial Intelligence Day, and that includes a bit more than autonomy. This event is probably going to be mainly about Dojo, which is a supercomputer that Tesla has been developing. It's an AI which purpose is to program neural networks, a machine that programs a machine. I am sure that I will be making more videos about this upcoming event and Dojo in the future. But for now, does this announcement sound like something that would come from an automobile factory to you? Tesla is much more than an automobile company. Tesla is Elon Musk. And all of Elon's other companies are free to share their resources with Tesla. It's kind of like they're all one company called Elon Musk. Because of this, Tesla is the only auto company with a materials science division which can create unique materials for use in their vehicles, such as the Cybertruck, which will be made from the same material that SpaceX uses to make their rockets. And I am pretty sure that SpaceX global network of satellites, Starlink, is going to be giving every single Tesla on Earth free high-speed internet. Tesla's neural network is superior to others in part because of the knowledge that Tesla was able to gain from OpenAI, SpaceX, and Neuralink. Speaking of which, Neuralink just released a video where they placed computer chips in a monkey's brain, and now that monkey can play video games telepathically. Really? And of course the Boring Company, which is building subway-style tunnels for Teslas with full self-driving to use all over the place. Their newest one is in Las Vegas.
As you descend the escalator into the Loop station, you see the Teslas waiting to whisk you into a tunnel 43 feet below ground. Now, you might think, all right, it's like a subway. But this is more like a highway underground. And because it's Las Vegas, this is also a thrill ride.
The Las Vegas Convention Center Loop is part thrill ride, part light and sound show, but mostly just a commute across a sprawling convention center.
If there's a show going on and you've got a lot of traffic in the convention center, it can be a 45-minute walk from one end to the other.
The Loop gets you there in less than 2 minutes. Here's how it works. You enter the station and call for a Tesla.
You have an app on your phone, you say, I'm here, I want to go there, car comes up, has an identifier on it that matches with what is on the app on your phone.
This is a brilliant move by Tesla. Not only do they get to work out the chinks of their robotaxi network, they get people used to the idea of riding in a robotaxi by getting their butts in seats. The people visiting the Vegas Loop are not EV enthusiasts. They're not there to see Tesla, they're just there for the convention center. Most of these people have never ridden in a Tesla before. Once they get into those Teslas, it's going to be like, Hey, this is really nice in here. I think I might get me one of these. What? You mean this car can drive itself?
The convention center has 3, but plans are in the works to build a loop system citywide.
Whoa, what did you say? Citywide? You mean they're making Tesla loops throughout the whole city of Las Vegas? Well, all right.
Are you saying that eventually this loop is going to connect people from the airport to downtown to the stadium and everywhere in between?
It will, and that eventually is not that far away.
Construction on this loop was completed in 2 years for a cost of less than $53 million, including the stations. It's designed to handle 4,400 people an hour with 62 cars. Right now, with drivers, but soon they'll be autonomous. And what happens in Vegas? Likely won't stay in Vegas.
Look, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, D.C. to Baltimore, hey, Los Angeles to Las Vegas. That's a 4-hour-plus drive that stretches into a 9-hour parking lot on some days. All of this is under consideration for a loop. In Las Vegas, more than 40 destinations have raised their hand saying, yep, we want a station, we'll build it.
Of course, the businesses who want a Tesla loop station are going to have to pay for it. All Tesla's going to have to do is collect the money.
They're thinking, if you build it, they will come.
This reporter never even mentions the Boring Company. Even CNBC treats all of Elon Musk's companies as if they are the same company. And that is really sort of true, because if you want to use an electric vehicle in a boring tunnel, you have to have a vehicle with full self-driving capacity, which means you have to have a Tesla. Think about it. I do not know a single analyst who models the Boring Company as a revenue producer for Tesla. But if you lived in a city with a boring tunnel and you could get across town in 10 minutes in a Tesla using the tunnel, or you could drive some other electric vehicle and get to the same place in an hour and a half, which vehicle are you going to want? Another reason to own Tesla stock is manufacturing.
Tesla is aiming to be the best at manufacturing of any company on earth. This is the thing that's actually most important in the long run. Eventually, every car company will have long-range electric cars. Eventually, every company will have autonomy. I think, but not every company will be great at manufacturing. Tesla will be absolutely head and shoulders above anyone else in manufacturing. That is our goal.
Tesla struggled with manufacturing in the early days, but now Tesla is doing things that nobody else has ever done. I made an entire video where I talk about manufacturing with Sandy Munro, and it's right there, so I'm not going to go into detail with that. In this video, I want to talk about manufacturing developments for the upcoming Model Y. Tesla's Model Y is currently the best crossover SUV in the entire world, but the Model Y is about to get better, because in just 3 short months, Model Ys will be built using Tesla's newest manufacturing technology, first coming out of Giga Berlin to be followed by Giga Texas. And these Model Ys will have superior performance and proficiency to the ones being made today. I predict that the Model Y coming out of Giga Berlin in Texas will be the best production vehicle ever made. It's going to be so good that once people see how great the vehicle is that comes out of Giga Berlin, it's going to create an Osborne effect, and nobody is going to want to buy a Model Y from Fremont, California. Everyone in the US is going to want to wait for the Model Y to come out of Giga Texas. And since this is pretty much known, I can pretty much guarantee that Model Ys are going to be coming out of Giga Texas way ahead of schedule. This Model Y is going to be produced with both front and rear big casting machines. The front and rear piece will be attached to the battery, making this the first battery structure car. This is going to make the car stronger, stiffer, and about 500 pounds lighter. The center of gravity will be among the best of any car in the world. And since this vehicle is being put together with 3 pieces instead of 240, it's going to cost a lot less to make. This car will be stiffer, Lighter, it will be among the best handling cars in its class. Elon Musk has said that Giga Berlin will have the world's most advanced paint shop, with more layers of colors that change with curvature. I'm hoping that Giga Texas gets the same deal. In addition to selling EVs with the best combination of efficiency, performance, and price, Tesla is the only company which currently sells a full self-driving feature that you can purchase today. If you buy a Tesla with the FSD option today, you will eventually have it through the use of an over-the-air update. And if you own a Tesla with full self-driving, you will be able to put it on Tesla's Robotaxi network, which is a fully autonomous rideshare service.
It's sort of like a combination of maybe the Uber and Airbnb model. So if you own the car, you can add or subtract it to the Tesla network, and Tesla would take 25 or 30% of the revenue.
It has been estimated that a person with one vehicle on the Robotaxi network should expect to make about $30,000 a year, which is why I made a video on buying a Cybertruck for the Robotaxi network. Check it out. I believe this is an incredible opportunity. Once the Robotaxi network is up and running, people who own Teslas with full self-driving will suddenly find that their vehicles are worth over $100,000. And as a shareholder, well, let's just say that it's a good idea to buy stock in Tesla before Level 5 autonomy becomes a reality. The EV market is about to explode, and this is very good for Tesla. A rising tide does in fact lift all non-sinking boats.
Electric vehicle sales, for example, we think are exploding. We think they'll go up 80% on average per year over the next 5 years. Why?
Wow.
Because the costs have dropped to a low enough level, and the total cost of ownership today is lower than that of gas-powered vehicles. We're going to see exponential growth in the auto industry for the first time in 100 years.
Wow. So given that, what's next in the mind of Cathie Wood?
Well, I think, Tesla absolutely is still next because Tesla.
But I meant other sectors, other big
stuff. Yes, other sectors, yes.
I am sorry that Shepard Smith interrupted Cathie Wood like that. I, for one, was really interested in what she was going to say. My guess is that Cathie Wood was going to say that Tesla is still the next opportunity because of autonomy, the Robotaxi network, and energy. It's really exciting to me that mainstream analysts are finally starting to get Tesla.
Adam, I feel like it was in some ways a reluctant call because you were underweight over the summer. Did anything change fundamentally with actually Tesla, or is this more of a macro call now?
Oh, look, Tesla, we just think it's a must own here. And I say that because we frequently speak with investors that say, Adam, I want to put together a long-term EV or AV exposed portfolio, but I'll never own Tesla. And we kind of take a deep breath and say, well, then you run the risk of not owning the company that could make all the other stuff you do own obsolete.
So what Morgan Stanley's Adam Jonas is saying is that it's way too big of a risk to your portfolio to not own Tesla stock.
Most important messages to an investor is that you still have to own Tesla as a bit of insurance due to their leadership and ability to attract and importantly to deploy capital. And I think the next year or two, you're going to see them really dial that up all over the world.
Tesla currently has an ever increasing amount of cash, and they are no longer financially restrained. By now, Tesla easily has more than $20 billion in cash, and they can afford to do anything that they want. In addition to expanding the Chinese Gigafactory, building new factories in Berlin and Texas, Tesla just made a commercial for the Chinese market. No, don't worry, Tesla still does not advertise to sell things. However, they do advertise when they want to hire talent. Check this out. This ad features Franz, the lead designer at Tesla.
Franz, 看这个设计。
Who did this?
Franz is famous in the design community, and this ad was created to attract cutting-edge designers for multiple new vehicle projects with the emphasis on multiple. And this is not for the $25,000 car. That design is in the bag. This is for completely new projects, something we haven't talked about before. It's just a wild guess, but I think that Tesla could be hiring designers to design a car for when full self-driving is available. A car that drives itself. What will that look like? Will it have a steering wheel? Will the seats face each other? Will there be a desk? Or it could be something completely new, something no one has even thought about. The point is, Tesla is accelerating its growth in every way possible. They always say that the competition is coming. You know, I made a video about the competition against Tesla in a head-to-head, but when I think about it, all I think about is how the total lack of competition is a great reason to buy Tesla.
Due to the fact that Tesla has zero internal combustion entanglement and is in a position to attract capital and talent without having to defend any of the melting ice.
Traditional OEMs are going to be bogged down by having to defend their dying ICE car business. And Tesla is going to have none of these problems. And they're going to be in the #1 position to attract quality talent. Think about it. If you came up with some revolutionary EV device, who would you bring it to? Ford, GM, Fisker, or Tesla? The top 3 companies that engineering and scientific graduates want to work at are Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink.
When is Tesla going to see some more real competition in this market? I mean, it's coming. We all know it's coming. At some point, it's going to be maybe more problematic for Tesla, maybe not.
So sure, there's lots of legacy companies. They're all, if you listen to what they're saying, they all sound like they're Tesla.
They all act like they are Tesla. Every auto company is talking a great game. I would take them much more seriously if they spent more money on developing EVs, charging infrastructure, or battery technology than they spend on advertising.
They start from a much lower multiple.
You're right.
Volkswagen's gone from, 120 to 240 in the space of about 6 months. These guys were valued as if they were going out of business.
Then they are valued correctly, because there is a really good chance that they will go out of business. Tesla stock is currently valued as if it was going to go head-to-head against stiff competition. But what's likely to happen is what has happened for more than a decade now. Each new EV offering is propped up as a Tesla killer, and everything looks great. It's fantastic, right up to the point where people are supposed to buy the vehicle and then, well, they don't. Not really. They sell like a fraction of the cars that Teslas do.
The thing that we think is being ignored is the 98% of their revenues that's coming from ICE. We're running scenarios where the value of ICE is massively negative. These auto companies have the burden of managing out this asbestos-like, tobacco-like liability and still being able to attract ESG money to be an EV winner.
Ford's Mach-E may actually be undervalued at this time. However, the other 98% of Ford's business, the ICE car business, could be valued as massively negative. And by the way, being valued as negative means bankrupt.
What is Tesla? Because I'm still, years after Tesla was launched, confused as to this kind of shape-shifting valuation model.
It's more than just unit times price, okay? If you solve for just units for Tesla, of course you get these really ridiculous things like Tesla needs 70% market share. And of course, then that reinforces people saying, I'll never own Tesla. But we think Tesla is an installed base play, growing 1 million cars on the road to then 30, 40 million cars by the end of the decade, and getting an average revenue per unit or an ARPU from their monthly active users and getting software-like and software-derived revenues from that installed base.
Okay, so Tesla will easily have 40 million cars on the road by 2030. And at that time, they will be getting revenue from each car. Everything from full self-driving, video games, Netflix, and whatever else they can convince us to subscribe to. If Tesla's average revenue per car at that time is $50 per month, then that would be an extra $2 billion of revenue per month for Tesla. We are long-term Colin Roche fans on this channel. Colin is currently ranked number 6 out of 3,441 analysts, and his average return is over 70%. So let's listen to what he has to say about unicorns.
Right, and Colin, last question for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Tesla's FSD full self-driving feature, currently priced around $10,000. What do you think it's worth? Is it going to be a revenue contributor this year?
You know, our thesis at this point on the company is that they do have a substantial lead on the EV powertrain, the battery design, and rolling vehicles out to consumers. You know, and the leg higher that we're calling for in the stock is really related to their ability to bring that FSD product into the market. You know, they have enough vehicles to really roll out, you know, about 6 billion test miles per every half year at this point. That's going to accelerate. And we think the real core thesis on Tesla right now is around that data advantage that they have versus peers. So to think about this, you know, about 1 million vehicles on the road versus peers that have a few thousand on the road. And so their ability to test products in shadow mode with their customers in real life situations and really roll out, you know, highly reliable new products through that platform and do that over the air is unparalleled at this point. And that's really the core of our thesis here, that Tesla is going to be a leader over the next couple of years.
Ultimately, Tesla should be a part of your portfolio because over time it's going higher, and not just because of auto. During the next decade, Tesla will establish itself as a leader in solar power, energy storage, and distribution. Geez, I barely touched on energy. I didn't even get to AutoBidder, which is a device that can turn your solar panel and Powerwall into an energy company that pays you money every month. And the Robotaxi network, when that happens, it's going to change everything. I have heard every kind of price target for Tesla, from $1,500 a share all the way up to over $200,000. Frankly, I can't even begin to guess. But don't listen to me, listen to Jim Cramer.
If you think Tesla's a great stock, go buy Tesla. Don't say, okay, I'm going to buy Lordstown. Just go buy Tesla. Tesla is a great company. The Chinese numbers are terrific. They could make 1 million cars. That's a real company. And I just feel like that people just don't understand that when you are looking at what's working with Tesla, that means buy Tesla. It does not mean buy Churchill 4. It does not mean buy Fisker. I like Fisker and I like Lucid, which is Churchill 4. But, you know, when I see Tesla having a great number, Catherine, buy Tesla.
Great, you have finally decided to buy Tesla. So where do you put it? Well, I recommend that you put it in a Roth IRA along with 2 other wonderful businesses, just like I explained in this Warren Buffett video. The advantage that a Roth IRA has is that when you take the money out, it's tax-free, because the only thing better than retiring with millions is to retire with tax-free millions. Well, that's about all the time I have. I hope that you have all ordered Cybertrucks. If not, check out the video I made about why you should order a Cybertruck. So what do you think? Is Tesla a core position in your portfolio? How many of you have Tesla in a retirement account? How many will be adding it tomorrow? I read and respond to every comment, so please type away anything you want down there, and I'll definitely get back to you. And until I see you again, make sure that you're all good to each other and stay safe. And remember, you do not have to make a lot of money at your job to become rich, because when your money is making money, you can spend your money and keep it too.
Don't buy or sell a stock just because a YouTuber like JC says so. He's got opinions. These decisions are important. This is your money. These decisions should be made by you.